September pack leak. This is a deck that goes second. A deck that wants to go second. You're going to choose to go second with this deck every single time. We're sick of going first. It's now time to go second. Are you ready to go second?
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Let's go. So we're going second. Oh, wow. It is a Duel deck. Ew. So let's see what our go second deck could do against Duel. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's draw. And by the way, I have an extra secret leak at the end of this video, so stay tuned for the end of the video for an extra leak on top of this leak. So, boom. Urgent schedule. Oh my gosh. Ain't no way. We're going to summon from the deck Ancient Gear Dark Golem and a Gizmek Tenguki, the Immobile Intellect. To use this card, your opponent has to control more monsters than you do, and you're going to summon for the deck. All right, we're now going to link this off into an Ancient Gear Ballista. No freaking way. We're going to be, oh, it got negated. Damn, that sucks. Now, what's crazy about Ancient Gear against Duel is that this doesn't work against Duel. You destroy your spell and trap card, which would be your field spell, to turn the opposing monster to 0 attack, but because it's already 0 attack, you can't even activate this effect. So this deck will struggle a lot against Duel, but that's why I'm showcasing this play against Duel. So where our Ballista got negated and we can't use Ballista to pop our field spell, we could still win with an urgent schedule play. And I'll also show you a turn 1 play, even though this deck does want to go second always. So let's see what we can do off of this. Well, summon from the deck, the Gizmek's going to be reborning our main new card. This on summon will search for 2 Ancient Gear cards from your deck, and then you have to discard a card. That's why we have an extra card here. So we're going to be adding 2, discard our extra card, whatever it is. We don't care what it is. And we're now going to additionally summon, I should say regular summon, the Ancient Gear Commander. This is a super core part of the deck. It's crazy good, as it's going to send an Ancient Gear Golem from the deck to allow an additional normal summon, but it's better for a different reason. Now, at the Ancient Gear Wyvern, we're going to search our deck for a brand new card, Ancient Gear Advance. This is a 1-card combo card. This is great. So if you just open up with this, you could deal lethal damage onto many fields. So what's it going to do? Continuous spell, activate to search our deck. We're going to search for the Ancient Gear Duel. This is where things get absolutely nuts. So again, at the end of the video, we're going to do a super extra secret leak. So be ready for that. We're going to link this up into a Clifford Genius, which is going to be negating a card in the field. We're going to negate our own continuous spell, negating the Duel, but there's still a Nightmare Pain. So we're now going to be making an Apollo USA off of this. And now the best part of the effect of the commander is this. We're going to banish from the graveyard to set up from the hand the Ancient Gear Duel face up. It's face up, and now we're going to fusion summon using the Ancient Gear Golem on the field. It becomes an Ancient Gear Golem while on the field. Fusing with the field and the graveyard to summon the ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. This card inflicts piercing battle damage. If you attack with this, the opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. If this is destroyed, you can target an Ancient Gear Golem in your graveyard and then summon it onto the field. But if summoned through the Ancient Gear Duel, it's got 3 attacks, piercing, 4,400, and it's unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. So let's get to it. Let's do it. Duel, you're negated. Attack, 4,400, but then it activates in the damage step. This is why we have Apollo USA to negate the summon of the Terra Incarnate. Otherwise, we'd be screwed. We would. Negate. There we go. We're fine. Now, attack. Attack. Again. Boom. Very nicely done. That's what I like to see. Now, let's see what happens if you go first with this deck. If you go first with this deck and you open up your Ancient Gear Advance, you could open up a Wyvern that could search it. This is a 1-card play, but I'm going to show you the 1.5 card play. You don't need another card in your hand to make great plays with this. You could still lethal damage a field with just 1 and nothing else to discard. But let's see what this looks like. If you were, you had to have AFK'd the coin flip, or you're also playing the mirror match. I don't know why you're going first with this deck. You want to go second, but for some reason you are. We're going to activate this, searching for the Ancient Gear Catapult. This card's nuts. You have to control no monsters to activate this. You destroy a face-up card you control, and then summon an Ancient Gear from the deck. So we're going to be popping, summoning our main monster, the Ancient Gear Dark Golem. And with that, we're going to activate search our deck. We're going to search for a gearbox and a tanker, triggering the box to grab the commander. And then we're going to summon commander, additionally summon the tanker. Tanker could summon from the graveyard if the opponent controls a monster. Otherwise, it could only summon from the hand if they don't control a monster. So we're going to summon the gearbox. We're going to make a ballista. Ballista is going to grab the gear town. And Ballista really wants to destroy the Gear Town, but we can't because they don't control monsters, so we're going to use the tanker to destroy it instead. Destroy it, summon onto the field an Ancient Gear Golem. That will trigger the Ancient Gear Commander's third effect to reborn an Ancient Gear from the graveyard. Come forth, and now we can make a Hope Harbinger and then an Apollo USA. So very simply, the Apollo USA cannot be attacked into because the Hope Harbinger is going to redirect the attack onto the Harbinger. And it's also a spell negate. So we have spell negate plus monster negate, monster negate, monster negate. You could also search and set up the Therion Regulus if you want to do that. But if you're focusing on going second and you want to maximize board break cards and you don't want to make room for the Therion Regulus, you don't want to put in the two cards, the rank 4 Exceeds and the rank 8 to search it in your extra deck, that's fine. You can instead make a basic play like this. But again, this is a turn 2 deck, not turn 1. Yeah, the Arch Nemesis of Ancient Gear is Unchained. Unchained's a big problem. Very good deck. So we're going to show you the most unbelievable replay ever of being able to actually beat Unchained. So let's speed this up. Wow, that's crazy. Now, how do we beat this? We're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to Lightning Storm, wipe out that monsters. Boom, bam, just like that. Reborn from the grave with the Yama. Trigger all the effects. Sure, set up a chamber. What else can we do here? Soul of Rage, ready to link off with the special summon monster. We got Gear Town. We're going to pop the Gear Town. We're going to chain pop the Gear Town with the escape, so the Gear Town now misses the freaking timing. That was pretty smart of the opponent. Now we're going to Gear Frame, attempt to discard a card to search our deck. That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to get it. We now have the Advance, which will be setting this up. This card is nuts. You always want to set this up. It's going to give your Ancient Gears targeting protection, and your opponent can't chain card effects in response to you activating an Ancient Gear effect. It's incredible. This is going to be one of the main cards that helps you lethal going second. But in many of the one-card combo guides, they don't show you this because it's not going to be part of your one combo play, generally. We're going to be setting up. We got Triple Tactics Talent. We're going to, take control of the Soul of Rage. We're now going to be using the Urgent Scheduler, summon from the deck. Link this up, Ballista searching for another Gear Town. Okay, 2 Gear Towns in this deck. I'll be showing you the tier list and all that good stuff. Reduce to 0, summon from the deck. We're going to search for 2, discard a card, grab the Ancient Gear Duel, use Commander, set it up from the hand. Now our Ancient Gear Golem is unaffected from activated monster effects. This is going to be triple attack, piercing battle damage. Reborn, we don't care. We're unaffected from the activated effects. We win. Boom. There you go. Now, let's look at the tier list where Ancient Gear is and how good the deck is. So we're on YugiOhMeta.com. And what we could do here is we can go to deck types, could type in Ancient Gear. You could look up any Ancient Gear card and then look at the deck breakdown from there. There's only an OCG tab because it's done nothing in the TCG. So before you go, oh, deck sucks, deck sucks. This is where the secret extra reveal comes. We are getting a card that the TCG does not have. And that is, let me close that, the deck card we're getting, Ancient Gear Statue. OCG exclusive, not in the TCG. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you could special summon this card from the hand. You could only special summon the statue once per turn this way. You could tribute this card, special summon 1 Ancient Gear Golem, the one that searches for 2, or a monster that mentions it from your hand or deck. That is incredible. You could even just normal summon this onto the field if you can't special summon it. So this is going to be huge for breaking field, starting combos, wham bam, thank you, Mammon. This is a big, big deal. Now, let's see it in action. So here's the breakdown of how the deck's being played. There's a lot of different ways it's being played. And these 2 players here did not have the brand new card I showed you. So don't have it, don't have it. And then we have this. This is the deck list of it being used in the deck. Main deck in 3. I was telling you all earlier in today's event that you could search for the Curry Photon with a rank 4 Xyz. So I did give you a big tip that this was going to be the leak today. Got Heavy Storm, Harpy Feather Duster, lots of board breaker cards in it. Yep, Droplet and the back row, wipe it out. Now, Red Reboot is actually bad in this deck because Red Reboot says it sets a card face down. And if you set a card face down, a lot of your effects don't work. You're not allowed to set the turn you activate many of your card effects, and this is considered setting. So I'm confident this player cheated with Red Reboot, so ignore that. And beyond that, there you go. That is it. Ancient Gear with the secret card that's coming soon. Very good. Let's go.